Hi, Phil Ciccio here, founder of Success Think and creator of Think Yourself to Success. I wanted to talk today about engagement. I mean, being present and fully engaged with the people in your world. I mean, most people don't even realize what I mean by this when I say full engagement. When I'm talking about full engagement, I'm talking about being locked in to the people that you're dealing with on a daily basis. I don't care if it's your coworker, or whether it's your child, or whether it's the person at the bank, the teller at the bank, or even the person at the drive-thru. When you're with people, are you fully engaged? Are you disengaged? Unfortunately, for most people in our society today, we're not fully engaged. We're actually disconnected completely. We are talking to somebody that maybe we care about or they care about us, and our phone buzzes and we pull it out of our pocket and we're checking our text messages while we're sitting here talking to that person. Or, I travel a lot and I'm out to dinner a lot, and I'm usually, I could be alone sometimes at dinner if I'm traveling by myself, and I can look around a restaurant. I've got no one to speak to, and I see couples talking or people together, friends and business associates, and rather than speaking to each other, they're on their phones or on their iPads. And we're so disconnected today, and it's because we're so busy. So when was the last time that you really were fully engaged? I mean, locked into somebody. I mean, really there, and everything else was white noise. Probably hasn't happened in a while, and I bet you it hasn't happened for you either. I've asked hundreds of people the question of, do you have one person in your life that you could honestly say is fully engaged with you? I mean, locked in on you, and the only thing that matters, and they would never pick up their phone, and everything else is white noise, and they're just locked in on you. And I ask people to raise their hand if they have one person, and very rarely does anybody raise their hand. And if somebody does raise their hand, I ask them if they have two, and their hand goes down. You see, in this world today, we're so busy and we're so connected to media devices that we've disconnected with our own family, our own friends, and the people that we care about. Maybe you've been at a restaurant or out for coffee with somebody, and you're sharing your story with them. You're sharing something important to them, and just for a second, their eyes glance away from you. You're talking to them, and just for a second, their eyes glance away. Somebody walked by and they saw them and they glanced away. Has that ever happened to you? I'm sure it has. How did that make you feel? Did it make you feel great, or did it make you feel like they weren't paying attention, they didn't care? Probably made you feel like they weren't paying attention, they didn't care, and that was a split second. Now think about this. If a split second makes you feel bad, can you imagine what you're doing to the people in your world when you're half paying attention and they're maybe walking into your office and you're typing away on your computer and you're half listening and half looking at them? Not good. It's not going to make them feel good, is it? Or maybe you come home at night and you're more fully engaged with your dog, who runs over to you and gives you, starts licking you, and you start to pet your dog and you rub its belly, and then you walk by the rest of your family and say, hey guys, I'm home, and I got to get some things to do, and I got to go mow the lawn, or I got to get some work done. And we pay more attention to our dog than we do to our family. So here's what I want to do. I want to challenge you. Wherever you're going after this video, wherever you're going tonight or tomorrow, the next time that you're with another human being, I want to challenge you. Without saying what you're doing, I want you to lock in on this person and be fully engaged. I mean, everything else is white noise. Nothing else matters but the person that you're talking to at the moment. I don't care if you bump into somebody in an elevator, it doesn't really matter, but I want you to lock in on this person, okay? Now, I'm going to tell you one thing. You're probably going to freak them out because they're not going to know what's going on. But do it anyways, because there's two things that are going to happen. One is you're going to make them feel really good about themselves because, not too many people are probably locked in on this person, right? And guess what happens? When you give, you receive. You're going to feel great too. I promise you, this will make a big difference. I learned a concept called the impression of increase. I learned this from my mentor, Bob Proctor, who he learned it, I think, from The Science of Getting Rich, possibly. And what he told me was this. He said, anytime you interact with somebody, you should leave them and they should feel better because you were there. In other words, you made them feel better. You left them with an impression of increase. This idea of full engagement will do that for you, and it'll do it for the people that you're engaged with. And I can promise you, their life will change because of it, and so will yours.